Hey there, how's it going? Great to see you again. I thought today, seeing as it's such a nice day, I would come out here and film outside, sitting in the back of my van. So this is where I am. Of course, because it's such a nice day, the first thing I had to do was block off all the natural light in here because it's just too good and it was too bright. But I wanted to show you a new toy that I've got, and well, it's this one here. It's the Vimbal 3 by FeiyuTech. Now, FeiyuTech, if you don't know, are a gimbal company. They make heaps of awesome gimbals. You've possibly seen the Scorp Pro that I reviewed recently, and this one here I actually won on a competition on their website, so it does prove that it's worth going and entering all these competitions that you see online. In fact, I was the only person that entered this one, so it was kind of easy, a little bit too easy. But anyway, I'm going to show you this gimbal now, and I'll have a look at it and see what it can do, and go and have a bit of a play with it before I lose all the natural daylight. Now, I usually show you all the claims it's got on the box, but in this case it doesn't really have a lot. It just says it's got an extension rod and easily adjustable and nice buttons, but we'll see that in a second. So let's just get the lid off this thing. There we go. And I'll just plonk that up there and have a look at what we got in the box. There's the usual information card with some QR codes on it. There's the manual, which is actually a bit bigger than what we normally get these days, so it's a pretty good manual. It's well written. It's showing you all of the different button functions and everything. We're going to go through all of those later on. Only the first few pages are in English, but that's okay. That's about all you need. It's got a pretty neat little tripod thing in here as well that folds out. That's really sturdy. It's all plastic, all PVC by the look of it, or something. So I'll just leave that one there. We've got a bag in here, big enough to carry it round in, because you don't always want to be lugging a box everywhere. And of course the gimbal itself in here. There's also a couple of other things in here I just noticed. What's that? Oh yeah, little USB cable in a pouch. Yep, that's what we've got. Okay, I'll get rid of the box there and let's have a look at the gimbal itself. They say it's really easy to unfold. Yep, that was really easy, I have to say. Can't argue with that claim at all. It's got one of these nice little pieces of tear off plastic here, so we can do a really neat ASMR moment. Hope you could hear that. If not, I'll fake one on it. The camera grip here is nice and tight, but not too tight. I do notice that a lot of these tend to be a bit too tight for your phone, so I'll just grab my phone. You might be able to see in here that there's this little V gap along the phone. That means it's not going to push in any buttons, which is a really important thing in some earlier phone gimbals. They pushed all the buttons in all the time and it was really annoying. Let's power this thing on, which is this one here right on the side. I just press that in for a couple of seconds and there we go. It's on, it's running. It's a phone and it's gimbaling. I guess I should put some software on here. So let's just go to the FeiyuTech website. There we go. And here's the Vimbal page, so I'll just click on that and go to downloads. So it's got an instruction manual here. Okay, I had to have a bit of a look, but there you can see there's a QR code in here for downloading the software, so I'm going to do that right now. Here in the App Store, I'm just going to search for FeiyuTech on. There it is, and I can download that app there, and then open the app up, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to allow access to all the photos because I want it to be able to use the gallery. I don't mind if it tracks me because that's always useful, and then I will register and log on. Then I'll let the Feiyu on app use the Bluetooth on the phone because it's not going to be much use if I don't. Put the phone back into the gimbal and then turn the gimbal on again and tell it to find the phone. It's on auto connect, so it should negotiate and find it itself pretty quickly. So I would like to access the camera, that's useful, and access the microphone, also useful. Bluetooth pairing request, I want to pair it, and then it's got a few bits and pieces on here. Now of course when you've got something new like this, it says you can do a firmware update, so that's okay. So I ran off, I did the firmware update, that's all ready to go now, so I'm just going to wander around. This is You've seen a lot of the operation in these, and I'm just going to show you what the footage looks like out of it. I'm going to make another video that's going to go into fine detail on all the buttons outside of this unboxing, so you can have a look at that later. So let's get this thing out, wander around a wee bit and see what the footage looks like. So there you go. There's the Vimbal 3 from FeiyuTech. It's a really good little gimbal. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is something that I can easily just put in side pocket in the car and have with me whenever I need it, so that I can shoot stuff when I'm using the phone and not carrying other cameras around, which is exactly when you want this. It's going to create some really good stable shots, and the auto tracking on it and things like that work really well. I don't know if you noticed I did that with one of the motion shots. I auto tracked the soft toy sitting on the table, and so the gimbal did all the motion by itself as I moved it around. So the tracking works really well. It's got some pretty intelligent tracking stuff on there, which means you can put this down and film yourself with the rear camera and trust that it's going to track you properly. That's pretty cool. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to do some more videos on all the features on it. It's got a heap of these little buttons and things on here all around the place. It's got the A/B points that you can set. It's got a couple of triggers on there, and this thing here is particularly cool. This is the zoom or focus ring that you can set up, but I'll show you all that in other videos when I go through the settings in here in a lot more detail. Anyway, that's all I've got for now. If you want to know more about this and keep track of the other videos I've got coming, click down here and subscribe. In the meantime, click on this video and this video and watch those, because they're really awesome as well, and I'll see you in another video really soon. See you later.